Well, as that war of words continues, let's move on in the bulletin. Tell you how this is, after all, an open secret. In fact, Congress's path for 2024 seems to be paved with freebies. From Himachal to Rajasthan, from Chhattisgarh to now Karnataka, the biggest offering from the grand old party isn't Vikas or Vishwas, but revdis. And this seems to be their mantra to sail towards Delhi Darbar in 2024. But it's not its political rivals saying so. This confession comes from its own ranks. In a candid admission, Karnataka's newly sworn-in Agriculture Minister says that freebies are a guarantee for victory in polls. Now remember, as per the Election Commission's rules, freebies cannot be offered to lure voters and swing the outcome. Even the Prime Minister had called freebies at the greatest treachery on the poor. Well, the BJP now targets the Congress for insulting democracy itself. But first, listen in to the shocking confession by the Congress Mantri.
ಫ್ರೀ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಯಿತು, ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದಲ್ಲ, ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ಹೋದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋಗಿ ಮುಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ನಾವುಗಳು ಅದೇ ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ಚುನಾವಣೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟು ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಬಂದರೆ ತಾನೇ ನಾವೇನಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಆಗೋದು, ಅಧಿಕಾರ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ತಾನೇ ನಾವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದು ಅನ್ನೋ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಅವತ್ತಿಗೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟೇ ಅನಿವಾರ್ಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದಾಗ ಈ ಥರದ ಚೀಪ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲಾರಿಟಿ ಇಲ್ಲದ್ದು ಪಲ್ಲದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಇಷ್ಟ ಇದೆಯೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಒಪ್ತವೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನಿಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತದೋ ಇಲ್ವೋ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
Well, let me go across to our panelists. Joining us today on the show, Mohan Vishwa, spokesperson with the BJP, Manasvi Thapar, a political analyst, also here on our show. Manasvi Thapar, as we all know, that the Supreme Court itself had said that revdi culture is one of the worst burdens which has been put on our economic development. It had even urged the centre to ensure that there are rules which are drafted to ensure that it stops. Now, this admission coming in from the Congress's own Mantri, does it mean that this is going to be Congress's mantra for 2024, give revdis and ensure a victory?
Meghna, good evening. These are not revdis, these are welfare schemes, and these welfare schemes or freebies, whatever BJP or the people in power would want to say that. The reality is BJP in UP, in Madhya Pradesh recently now, and in Karnataka also, they have offered all kinds of freebies as per them also, as per their standards also. If they call them revdis, every political parties try to give some kind of welfare scheme to its voter, and it is their prerogative to do that. And if it is not, who's in power right now? It is the BJP. They and Election Commission together create a formula, create a policy wherein no political party can give any kind of welfare scheme. They can do that. What is stopping them since they are in power since 9 years? What is stopping them? Why don't we create a policy for the political parties that you can't make such announcement? But they are not doing it.
But Manasvi, if there is revdi culture which is prevalent, would you say just because there are no rules against it, it's okay for the Congress to do it?
No, BJP does it. BJP had done it in Karnataka also. They said they'll be giving Nandini milk every month for all those people who are below poverty line. They also said that they'll be giving LPG gas cylinders, two cylinders would be given. That is also freebie in Uttar Pradesh also. They had made such announcement.
So that's interesting. Let me take that across to Mohan Vishwa. Congress kare to welfare, BJP kare, then it is a freebie.
See, Meghna, there is a distinction between Janapar Yojana and Janapri Yojana. Here, Janapar Yojana, yes, let it be agree. It cannot be something which is called as, for the sake of getting votes. But here, in the state of Karnataka or in the state of Rajasthan, the spineless Congress don't have guts to fight BJP with the development agenda or with the ideological agenda. The only option finally left out for them, through consultants who are peer agencies who are consulting them for several years and for several states, only option left out from them is freebie. As I told you, yes, see, what did we say? Even when we were in power, there were 75 units of free power given to SC, SCT communities. That is called as Janapar Yojana. So basically, one section of the community, one particular caste community where, to uplift them, there will be a, social welfare scheme from the government. And also, as far as the gas is concerned, yes, we do told in our manifesto that for the 2 festivals during a year, the free gas will be given. That is called as Janapar Yojana. And also, only only for the few BPL families we started giving some of the, socialistic scheme. It's not that for everybody. So finally, the Congress, or rather other regional parties across India, the only tool left out for them is, using these freebies. That is what they're doing. And also my friend said, we are about to get some sort of policy rollout on this. I want to clarify him that it's
but
not
I asked you a specific question, Mohan Vishwa. There's a specific question that even Manasvi had asked, and I'm going to repeat that question for you, because very categorically, the Supreme Court itself has said you must engage with the Finance Commission to discuss the issue of freebies. Let an expert panel give suggestions to the government. The government of India can call for an all-party meeting and ensure that there is a law which is drafted against freebies. This was in 2022. Why is it that no steps have been taken towards it? Or if there have been any steps towards it, if the BJP is so vociferously against third revdi culture?
See, Meghna, let me tell you one thing. When you say all-party meeting, there is already one all-party meeting which always kept on going in respect of GST Council. Do you think these regional parties or these Congress parties who comes out in front of the media and do blah, blah thing will do agree for things? Never.
Whose responsibility is that if they don't function?
It's always, see, better for the court. The court has already interfered. And also, I want to ask my friend one more question. Like as Supreme Court said, when Karnataka government, gave all these five guarantees, the Siddaramaiah government, when he made a press conference last week, why did we see silent about from where he is going to, arrange for the sources of income? See, there is additional 65,000 crores money worth is needed. From where he is going to get the money?
Sources of income of the Congress party now under lens by the BJP. But Manasvi, you've got a smile on your face. What's amusing you?
Yeah, Meghna, see, suddenly BJP became helpless. These political parties will not support the BJP spokesperson is saying. These are the same political parties who were also not supporting farm laws, but you brought the farm laws in place. If you have Katri or Karni mein jo farak hai na, that is much visible there. If you are against the freebies, I stand with you. The exchequer has to face losses because of unplanned policies made, unplanned manifestos made by all the political parties. Why don't you say what you do, what you speak? You don't do that. If you have that will, why don't you and Election Commission together say that there would be no welfare, freebies?
But Manasvi, will you also take a stand against Congress's guarantees? Because right now it all boils down to what really a freebie is and what really is a welfare scheme. If the Congress promises free electricity as it did in Himachal, free electricity as it did in Karnataka, stipend for unemployed youth in the state of Karnataka, 10 kgs rice for all the BPL families, is that a freebie as per you? Is that a freebie, Manasvi, for you, or will you still call that welfare?
Meghna, precisely. I am reading from Economic Times, your sister concern, about the freebies offered by the BJP, which says 5 kg atta, which says 3 glass renders, which talks about free.
And I think that's one of the problem. Unfortunately, gentlemen, we are running out of time. It's unfortunate because a justification is coming in for freebies in the absence of a specific act, a specific law which defines what a freebie is and how it is going to be punishable, and that is the loophole that every party seems to be exploiting. Thank you so much, gentlemen, however, for joining us here on the show. We are completely out of time. A short break. Don't go anywhere.